I sometimes like to somewhat jokingly say that there's no informed consent for enlightenment. People tend to overestimate or underestimate how wonderful the experience is. How wonderful is it? Well, I would say anyone who has entered into the world of no self, emptiness, and wisdom mind, who abides in that world, if you gave them a choice to live one day knowing what they know, or live an entire lifetime but not be allowed to know that, I think, I can't speak for everyone, but I would say most people who live in that world would say, I'd rather have one day knowing what I know than a lifetime not being able to know this. So that's how wonderful it is. On the other hand, people tend to overestimate how wonderful it is. People tend to project completely unrealistic fantasies, really, about what enlightened people being, of course, an entire range from initial stream entry to all the way up to arhats. People tend to overestimate what it's like, or project things that are completely unrealistic. For example, that if you have some degree of enlightenment, you never make mistakes, or that everything is perfect in your life, or that everything is always bliss and wonderful, and so forth. People don't realize there are certain peculiar downsides to enlightenment. For one thing, you can't describe it very well to other people. So it's like, you know this secret, you look out and you see the state of humanity, you know exactly what needs to be done, you know that what needs to be done is doable by anyone, and you see that people aren't doing it. You don't know whether to laugh or cry at the human condition, and you can't really explain it very well to people. I mean, you can try, and a few people catch on, but it sort of goes in one ear and out the other for most people that you'll try to talk to about this. So it's like that character out of Greek mythology. I forgot her name, but the gods gave her this blessing that she could know the future, but the flip side of that was that no one would believe her. So you sort of know exactly what needs to be done, and you know that it's doable, but no one believes you, or not very many people believe you. So that's one of the downsides. Another thing is that you get to have all this influence, let's say, but you don't get to take any credit for it. You don't even know what you're doing. It's like falling off a cliff. Enlightenment is like a free fall. It's like falling off a cliff that never ends, and you've acclimatized to it. That's why the Zen people say it's like riding an ox backwards. So you don't actually know what you're doing, or even what you're saying. When you give your most powerful teachings to people, you don't know what you're saying. You don't even know who you are. You can't take any credit for it whatsoever. It just happens, like a leaf falling from a tree. So it's not like you get to think of yourself as, wow, I'm this cool dude that can do this cool stuff. No, that's not the way it works. So you can't even know or enjoy, in a sense. You just have to occur